Hello everyone. Today we're going to read another Cecil story. These are quite amazing stories, aren't they? But they are based on the Bible, which is brilliant. So this is called Cecil, the Lost Sheep. He's a bit naughty, I think, Cecil. What sort of animals does this man have? Got a picture of a man holding up a wooden crook. Oh. Does he look after rabbits? No, he doesn't have rabbits. Giraffes? They're not my favourite. Well, he might have giraffes, but not in this story. Sheep? Yes, he has sheep. 100 of them, including Cecil. 100 sheep. One day, Cecil was daydreaming, sitting by his rock, and he was thinking, boring, boring. Oh, boring. All I do is hang around with sheep, eat, wander round to the river for a bit of a drink, and then eat more grass. Maybe I could run away and get a bike or join a band. Oh, wonder what he could do. Cecil looked to the right, and Cecil looked to the left, and then he jumped over his rock and hid. He was watching to see if anybody was watching him. From behind the rock, he snuck behind the tree. Checked. Nobody was watching him. And then from behind the tree, he ran over the hills to the mountains. Yes, to the mountains. Oh my goodness. He reached the mountains and discovered they were high and steep. Cecil wasn't deterred. He began climbing higher and higher, and it got steeper and steeper, and then even steeper. He climbed and climbed until he couldn't climb up and he couldn't climb down. Cecil was stuck, and he's sitting on a ledge, and he's a little bit frightened, I think. He thought, I could shout for help, but what will happen if the shepherd finds me? He might whack me with a big stick, crack. Then he might grab me by the leg and drag me home, bump, bump, bump. And then he might tie me to a tree without any dinner. Oh dear, that doesn't sound very good, does it? Back home, the shepherd was counting his sheep. 1, Terry. 2, Kevin. 3, Bronwyn. 4, Lucinda. 96, Meredith. 97, the other Meredith. 98, Amir. 99, Amelie. 1, 2, 3, 4. 96, 97, 98, 99. Cecil is missing. He's noticed he's gone. The shepherd ran to the rock and found hoof prints leading behind the tree. He ran behind the tree and found hoof prints leading over the hills to the mountains. Yes, to the mountains. The mountains were high and steep, The shepherd climbed higher and higher, and it got steeper and steeper. When he thought he couldn't climb any further and wasn't sure if he could climb back down, he heard a noise. He's found Cecil. Cecil was saved. Now what did the shepherd do? Did he whack Cecil with his stick? No, of course not. Did he grab Cecil by the leg and drag him down the mountain? Bump, bump, bump. No. He was so glad that he had found his lost sheep that he put Cecil on his shoulders and carried him home. When they got home, did the shepherd tie Cecil to a tree without any dinner? No. Instead, he threw a huge party, and everyone stayed up way past their bedtime. Cecil, the lost sheep, had been found. What an amazing story! And look, you can see in the picture, there was a nice cake with lots of candles on it, Cecil smiling, the shepherd smiling, and everybody's jumping around and enjoying a party. Wonder if you've ever been allowed to stay up late for a party. Sounds good fun, doesn't it? Sometimes, though, we get a bit tired, so we have to go to bed. But the story is about how it doesn't matter what we do. Jesus loves us anyway, and he will try to find us, even if we try and hide. He comes after us to find us and look after us. And when he does find us, there's the biggest party in heaven. Oh, amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. Next week, we'll have another story, but I think it might be about a different animal. I'll have to look and see what stories I've got. Bye.
Hi again. My name's Sue and I'm doing your quiz time today, which is so exciting. I'm so happy to be here with you all. So before we start, grab yourself a pen and paper because you may want to write down some clues that I'm going to be giving you, because at the end there's going to be a quiz. So if you need to pause me and go and get a pen and paper or something to write with. Okay, well done. So there's a very special book that tells us all about God and Jesus. I wonder if you know what it's called. Yes, well done. It is. It's called the Holy Bible. Holy simply means that it belongs to God. It's pure, it's good, it's God's. And Bible just simply means book. So this is God's very special book. When we open the Bible, we find that it's not just one book, but that it's a book of books. Inside, there are lots of different books. In fact, in the Bible, there are 66 different books written by lots and lots of different people, but all about God. It's an amazing book, all about God. Well, today we're going to be looking at the very first book. Right at the start. I wonder if you know what the very first book is called. Well, I'm going to tell you. It's called Genesis. Genesis. And Genesis simply means beginning. which is really good because it is the beginning. It is the start of everything. So Genesis means beginning. Well, it tells us in Genesis that the very, very first thing that God did was to make or create the whole world and everything in it. Oh, wow! What an introduction! How epic is that? Wow, he created the whole world and everything in it. When we make or create something, we start with something. We either start with paper and pens or canvas or clay or wood. We start with something and change it to create something else. But God is so big and powerful. He started with nothing. Zero. Zilch. And he didn't use his hands. He just spoke. He simply said, "Let there be." And there it was. Absolutely perfect. Now, in a minute, we're going to learn a song that helps us remember the days of creation. But first of all, I'm just going to go through it because there's a few actions with it. So it's called the 7 days of creation. So on the first day of creation, God said, "Let there be." Day 1. He said, "Let there be light." So put your hands up as if you're shielding yourself from this bright light. Because before God made light, it was just darkness everywhere. There was no light anywhere at all. On the second day of creation, God said, "Let there be sky above and earth below." On the third day of creation, God said, "Let there be flowers." This is like I'm giving you a bunch of flowers. Imagine that you're giving someone a bunch of flowers. So flowers and trees. On the fourth day of creation, God said, "Let there be sun, moon, and stars." Throw some stars up there. Brilliant. On the fifth day of creation, God said, "Let there be birds that fly, fish that swim." Well done. On the sixth day of creation, God said, "Let there be animals and man, whom I delight in and love very, very much." And on day 7, God said, "Let there be a holy day of rest." It was the day that God rested from all his work, all his creation, all his creating, and he had a rest. And he made it a day of rest for everyone. It's the day that we go to church and the day that we remember him. So we're going to sing it through. Just try this time, and then at the end we'll sing it through one more time. Okay, so it goes like this. On the first day of creation, God said, "Let there be light that man might see." On the second day of creation, God said, "Let there be sky above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the third day of creation, God said, "Let there be flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the fourth day of creation, God said, "Let there be sun, moon, and stars, flowers and and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see. On the fifth day of creation, God said, let there be man whom I delight in, sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see. On the seventh day of creation, God said, let there be a holy day of rest, man whom I delight in, birds that fly, fish that swim, sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see. Whoa, give yourselves a clap. Yay! Excellent. We'll sing it through one more time at the end, but now it's quiz time. I've got some questions for you. Okay, you can either write them down or shout them out. Let's see if you've remembered the answers. Question number 1. What's the title of the special book that tells us all about God and Jesus? Okay, have you written it down? Well done. Number 2. What does the word holy mean? Number 3, how many books are there in the Bible? Yay, well done. Question number 4, what is the first book called? Question number 5, what does the word Genesis mean? Question number 6, what was the first thing that God said? Question number 7, what did God make on the third day? You remember? Question number 8, what day did God make people? What day did he make man, men, people? And question number 9, what did God do on day 7? Okay, very quickly, let's see how many you got right. Start counting. The special book is called the Holy Bible. And holy means God's. It's God's special book. Well done. How many books are there in the Bible? Yeah, you get that one. 66 books in the Bible. What's the first book called? Did you get that? Genesis. Well done. What was the first thing that God said? On the first day of creation, God said, let there be. What did God make on the third day? You remember? Flowers and trees. Well done. What did God do on day 7? He rested. He made it a holy day of rest. I wonder how many you got right. Oh, it's so exciting. Well done you for listening. Shall we sing the song one more time now that you know all the answers? Yeah, one more time. Might go a bit quicker, so you've got to be ready. Okay, let's go. On the first day of creation, God said, "Let there be light that man might see." On the second day of creation, God said, "Let there be sky above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the third day of creation, God said, "Let there be flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the fourth day of creation, God said, "Let there be sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, sky above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the fifth day of creation, God said, "Let there be birds that fly, fish that swim, sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the sixth day of creation, God said, "Let there be man whom I delight in, birds that fly, fish that swim, sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see." On the seventh day of creation, God said, "Let there be a holy day of rest, man whom I delight in, birds that fly, fish that swim, sun, moon, and stars, flowers and trees, skies above, earth below, and light that man might see." Yay, well done you. Give yourselves a clap. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I hope you've enjoyed learning all about the Holy Bible and Genesis and God's beautiful creation. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.